On the scene, on the story, with breaking news. News on 6 starts now.
Oh, a very busy night of news. Let's jump right in with breaking news at 9. Right now, investigators are on the scene of a house explosion. This happened in Leonard near Bixby.
We are told no one was home at the time, so thankfully no one was hurt. News on 6's Amy Kaufman is live on the scene. And Amy, they came home to find their entire home and everything in it gone.
Yeah, Ashley, the entire home is completely destroyed. Firefighters have been here on scene for about 2 hours now, and they tell me they were just able to get the fire completely out within the past 20 minutes. Now I'm going to step out of the way here so you can see that this home is just completely destroyed. All of their belongings are just all over the place right now. Now they tell me it took so long to get the fire out because the roof on the home just completely collapsed on top of everything. So they had to go underneath and try to get the fire out from underneath some of the roof that collapsed on top of their belongings. But right now, Bixby firefighters are just searching for a cause. They say it's too dark right now, so they're going to have to come back in the morning to determine an official cause. They don't want to speculate right now, but it's also important to note all of the homes in Leonard don't have natural gas. They have propane tanks. However, the propane tank for this home is still completely intact. Again, they do not want to speculate about what caused this fire. So initial findings said that a propane tank from maybe a grill may have caused it, but again, that is not confirmed. Those were just some initial findings. They're going to have to come back in the morning to figure that out. However, some of the neighbors who were here say that the explosion just sounded like a bomb went off, and some of them say that the explosion shook their homes.
Big explosion went off and my whole trailer shook, my china and stuff. And so I went and looked out on the porch to see if I could see anything. And I thought maybe it was an airplane, and I was trying to see if I could hear it. I thought it sounded like a bomb. It was scary.
Now, we also talked to the aunt of the woman who called 911, and she says that her niece was standing outside when it happened and just saw like a ball of flames bursting into the air. She says that it even knocked her to her knees because it was just so strong. But again, a lot of the people here in Leonard are just really shaken up about this. But again, we do not know the exact cause right now. Firefighters are going to have to come back out in the morning to determine that cause, but we'll be here bringing you updates. Live on the scene, on the story in Leonard, Amy Kaufman, News on 6.
A confrontation between a man and a security guard caught on camera. A witness recording that video Sunday last night at the Quick Trip at 11th and Garnett in Tulsa.
Quick Trip launched an internal investigation, but some are calling for a criminal investigation tonight. I talked with a young lady who recorded that video. She tells me the tense argument filled with cuss words turned physical when the security guard grabbed the guy around the neck and pushed him into a display.
You took your weapon off, dislodged your firearm, nigga, and left it sitting on the ground, stupid.
This video, posted by Jasmine Cooper on Facebook, has been shared nearly 1,500 times. Jasmine was with her friend Caitlin.
We were getting a drink and I start hearing yelling, and we look over and this guy is just yelling at the security guard.
Call the police if you want to. My brother is the cop right there in the car.
The security guard went like this on the dude's neck and pushed him up against the rack, and then it escalated from there.
The ladies were worried someone would seriously get hurt. They say both guys were in the wrong, but feel the security guard didn't have the right to put his hands on the other man.
I think the security guard is for sure in the wrong. I don't think that what the man was saying was right.
I reached out to Mike Thornbrew with Quick Trip.
We don't like to have any type of disturbance in our store, period. So we rather wait for all the facts, but obviously what we saw we don't like.
Mike says the security guard is a part-time employee hired by Diamond Security. He wasn't able to say if he's cleat certified or how long he's been on the job. I reached out to Diamond Security about the video. They tell me this is just a short snippet of what actually unfolded, and beyond that, they have no comment. The video ends with others jumping in moments before police got there.
Every male that was inside the Quick Trip store was trying to break up the fight.
We the People, Oklahoma, now calling for a full investigation by the Tulsa Police Department and the DA's office.
New here at 9, a Wagner County man is charged with trying to meet up with a 15-year-old girl for sex. OSBI agents say Dale Morgan was messaging that teenager and then asked her to meet for sex.
2 people are dead in an investigation underway after a small plane crashed Saturday in the Panhandle. Highway Patrol says the private plane went down 5 miles east of Tyrone in Texas County. Both people on border from California, but it's unclear where they were headed or where they came from. The FAA and the NTSB are both investigating.
Oh, it was a chilly start, and it turned out to be a beautiful day. Sunshine, winds were light, and the afternoon highs hit a glamorous 54. And you might say, what? 54 is not that great. Well, it is when it's just sunshine and no wind, and that's what we ended up with. So most of us are very happy about that. We are talking about temperatures, though, that were off to the east of us that were very chilly, mainly because the clouds took a while to clear. Now, tonight, we're dropping off fairly quick, but not really all that bad. We're in the 40s most of the metro area, down to 38 right now in Claremore, 39 in Pryor, 41 in Wagner. Most of the metro area sitting in the mid-40s. So, again, we thought it'd maybe be a few degrees cooler. It's doing okay, so we're not complaining, but it could be a frosty start to get you going tomorrow morning. In fact, that frost is going to be on the windshield most likely, especially if you're around Tulsa or to the north, so be advised for that. You're going to need the ice scraper, and we'll have a complete forecast coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Chief, thanks. Well, we are learning new details here at 9 about a family dispute that police say led to the murder of a man in Rogers County. The victim's family attorney says the fight centered around money and property. Kevin Foster, you see him there, is in jail accused of murder and arson. Investigators say that he shot Ricky Swan several times and then set his mobile home on fire. Investigators say Swan accused his stepson of planting child porn on his computer. An affidavit shows Swan later admitted to police that he had an inappropriate picture or pictures of young girls. Family's attorney says the man described is nothing like the friend and client that he remembers.
Rick himself was a very kind guy, was trying to do the right thing, and was just upset by the whole situation.
Foster will be moved to Rogers County later this week. Firefighters are making sure that those living in a Tulsa neighborhood have working smoke detectors after a deadly fire. A man died, but a woman survived, all thanks to a neighbor's quick response. He broke through the back door, pulling her to safety.
I panicked. I just found a big old rock and I just threw the rock through it. And she was like right there, about 6 feet, and she was right there. And I walked in and I just grabbed her, and she was like trying to jerk away, and I pulled her on out.
It was a good thing that Carl Walker was there. Firefighters tell us the man's body was found in a back room.
We continue to follow a frightening story out of Oklahoma City. 12 children are recovering tonight after a dog attack at an elementary school playground. The school says 28 3rd and 4th graders were on the playground when a dog described as a pit bull mix came onto the property and started attacking kids. Roberto Reyes says the dog bit at his foot.
And then he tried to shoot in a trip, and he almost bit me, but someone take the pit bull.
We are told none of the injuries are critical. Right now, the dog is with animal control. They are looking for the owner, and then the next step is to see if that dog does have its shots to make sure that it does not have rabies. A Broken Arrow woman says workers at PetSmart broke her dog's jaw during a grooming session, but PetSmart says the dog, Susie, had an underlying disease that's to blame. Tania Lara says after confronting workers about what happened, they deny doing anything wrong. In a statement, PetSmart says while Susie was being groomed, our associates noticed blood in her mouth. They immediately stopped the groom and rushed her to the in-store veterinarian. This vet indicated Susie had extreme periodontal disease, which we know that jaw fractures can occur in small breed dogs that have that disease. The owner says Susie did have dental issues, but believes it was not bad enough to break her jaw.
We now know the name of the Broken Arrow police officer involved in a shooting over the weekend. Police say Officer Nico Wright shot and wounded domestic assault suspect Randall Weiland. Investigators said that he yelled threats at the officers and threw knives at them. When he ignored orders to stop, Officer Wright shot him. Weiland will be booked into jail once he is out of the hospital. Officer Wright is on routine administrative leave.
Caught on camera, Broken Arrow police need help identifying whoever stole a horse trailer. A security camera from a nearby business caught the vehicle leaving with the trailer. Officers say the truck is a late 1990s or early 2000s model Chevy S10 or a GMC truck. If you recognize that vehicle, you're asked to call the Broken Arrow Police Department. Well, we are getting we do want to get you caught up tonight on 911 calls that were made by a witness during the shooting in rural Okmulgee County on November 1st.
Yeah, deputies arrested Amy Hall for shooting and killing her son and daughter. News on 6's Justin Schreiers, the Okmulgee County Sheriff's Office, with an update tonight. Justin?
Yeah, guys, and that call is nearly 30 minutes long. It is very graphic, and because of that, we're only showing certain parts of it.
I'm at my friend's house. I live here. I was asleep, and I woke up to my friend's mom in the room with a gun. She shot my friend.
And that is a boy who was spending the night with the Tollivers when Okmulgee County deputies say Amy Hall shot Kaysen and Chloe Tolliver while they were asleep in their beds. Kaysen died at the scene. Chloe passed away on November 6th. They say she also shot her other daughter, who survived.
Both been shot? Yes, ma'am. Her son and one of her daughters.
Okay, hold on.
And she's left. I don't know where she went.
Do what?
She left. So we're home alone now.
And he identifies Amy Hall and says he doesn't know where she went. The 911 dispatcher reassures him deputies and an ambulance are on the way. About 24 minutes into the call, you can hear sirens in the background.
I think they're pulling in.
Yes, they're here.
Okay.
There's one here. Here comes another. The EMS.
I shouldn't say you should have an ambulance there.
And Amy Hall remains here at the Okmulgee County Jail accused of murdering two of her children. Live on the scene on the story in Okmulgee County, Justin Schreier, News on 6.
We're getting a look at police helicopter video from a wild high-speed chase on Oklahoma Turnpike.
We got sparks, so he's on rims.
We'll show you the moments police arrest a passenger.
And speaking of traveling down the highway, a lot of folks are going to be traveling down the highway, and we will have the latest forecast if you do have plans. Also, Thanksgiving here in Tulsa. Details shortly.
And of course, many of you will be hitting the road this week. How our gas prices stack up to the rest of the country.
And we are on the scene of a house explosion near Bigsby. We're taking a live look as crews still there. Not much left of that house. We'll have a live update coming up.